Hold on. Let's get this shit. Let's get this shit. Let's get this shit. Let's.
Culture gang. Watch this. Sheagles, your time has come.
Oh, we about to cook y'all motherfuckers. Hey, shout out to the Barry fan. Shout out to Barry himself, man. It's 2023.
Hey Barry,
Week 17.
One thing we can agree on as a Cowboys fan and you as a Sheagles fan, that's a bad loss. That's a bad loss.
Now it's week 17 NFL review for 2023.
Yep. Last week of the season this week. Both our teams have a good chance of getting in. Y'all gotta win. We gotta win it. But
I gotta play. My Seahawks gotta play his Cowboys. So
I might get a reaction to that. Who knows?
Seahawks, y'all let me down, bro. How y'all win with Drew Lock, but y'all can't win
with the Geno? I don't know.
Shit makes no
sense. I guess
sense.
we'll find out. Shout out Barry.
Shout out Barry for Showski. Like, comment, share, subscribe.
Don't do none of that.
Follow us on socials.
Hey, Barry fans, come on, let's get a collab. Tell bro.
I'm with it.
Tell bro, come
we
through
need
and
to cook
collab
Steph
with
Curry.
us.
We need to cook the Steph Curry 2016.
All three of us.
Bro, that's short of us. Go watch that, by the way. Short of us talking about Steph. These Steph fans are idiots.
Bro, they're one of the worst fan bases ever.
I tried to tell them.
Welcome, everybody, to my Week 17 NFL review.
I like how you said my glorious goat.
That's glazing.
There were some games that didn't matter a lot, and there were some games that did matter a lot, which is usually how it always goes, but whatever. I'm going to do this off the cuff. I hope you enjoy it. The video begins right after this short break. Before I begin, I want to give a Browns versus Jets. I never thought I would say this in my entire life, but 39-year-old Joe Flacco is the most exciting quarterback in the NFL right now. Yeah. Early on, though, the Jets were up to the game as they scored a touchdown to tie it at 7, and then Flacco continued to whip his dick out and just drop it all over New York. The game really blew open late in the first on a pick 6 thrown by Trevor Seaman to put Cleveland up 20-7. But then Flacco said, hey, I'm going to throw another touchdown pass because I'm a stud. And that put Cleveland up by 20. But then the old Flacco appeared just a little bit as he threw a pick 6, which made the game more competitive and allowed him to stay in and throw another touchdown where he's looking like Patrick Mahomes of old to put the Browns up 34-14. It was 34-17 at halftime. Super high scoring. The second half didn't really see much action. And the game basically ended when the Browns blocked Jets' field goal. Final score 37-20, and Joe Flacco has more career touchdown passes than Patrick Mahomes, which is all you need to know about who the better quarterback is. Context be damned. Dallas versus Detroit. The robbery of the year. The Lions got fucked so hard. I thought I was watching a porno.
They went for it on 2-3 times in a row. That's what they get for trying to trick the refs.
That's Mickey.
There are little bits and pieces throughout the game. Dak Prescott threw a 92-yard touchdown pass early on to make it 7-3. Jared Goff threw a terrible interception on a screen pass, which is actually like 5 interceptions worth. CeeDee Lamb fumbled out of the back of the end zone like a douche. There was a fake punt, although it didn't amount to anything, as the Lions couldn't score. But it was academic, as they would eventually take a 10-7 lead anyway on a David Montgomery touchdown run. Cowboys responded with a field goal, and the Lions responded right back with a field goal of their own. Take that, Dal ass. Dak then found Brandon Cooks midway through the fourth to put them up by 4, and then the game kind of became a little bit of a clusterfuck. There was some bad passes, there was sacks, there was another terrible interception by Jared Goff. This is him doing his impression of me after a long night of drinking. Jesus, I am so fucking hungover. Despite all this, with 20
that's why he sounds so drunk.
So we're gonna miss the tripping call, huh? There wasn't a tripping call? Okay.
Man.
6 seconds left down 7. Jared Goff found Amon-Ra St. Brown to make it a 1-point game. And knowing Dan Campbell, he's a gambler, they went for 2, and it ended up succeeding on a great throw. Taylor Decker gave the Lions the lead, but no, this little bitch came and said, I touched my shoulders like a girl, and he pointed the other way, and it was negated, and they tried it again, actually 3 times, but it didn't work out. They failed.
You could have kicked the extra point.
Dallas might win the NFC East, all because this dipshit literally stole a game from Detroit. Not cool.
He didn't steal a game. That's a penalty.
Still Mickey, bro.
That's a penalty.
That's a Mickey.
So,
That's
wait,
Mickey.
They should get away with doing something wrong?
That's Mickey.
They should get away with doing something wrong?
That's Mickey.
They should get away with doing something wrong.
That's Mickey.
It's not Mickey.
It's Mickey.
That's not Mickey.
That's Mickey Mouse.
That's not Mickey. Hey, guess what? We about to see Mickey.
versus Washington.
Wait
For a
for
minute,
the
it looked like
Eagles.
Washington was actually going to pull off the upset in this one, as they played the 49ers
I really
pretty
hoped y'all
evenly
did.
through a half or 2.5 quarters,
The
tying the game at
Comanches
10 even at
couldn't
one
win me
point,
again.
before the 49ers regained their composure and then started to run up the score like a bunch of doo-doo heads. In the fourth quarter,
Doo-doo
Sam
heads
Howell
is great.
basically completely
Childish.
combusted, throwing
Yeah,
a
the
terrible red zone
69ers,
interception,
man.
and then Brock
When they
Purdy
play
went
bad
to
teams,
work,
they
making a
play
couple
real good.
actually great throws for a touchdown to put the 49ers up 17. Sam Howell, yeah, he's not the guy. I don't know what to tell you. He's just not the guy. He
He's
stinks.
he's
How
not.
about
He's
this
not that guy.
heroic fourth down goal line stand by Washington's defense, down 17 with 4 minutes left? This is integrity. This is what heroes look like. And here's another crappy play by Sam Howell just for shits and giggles.
Oh my
27-10
God.
final score. Just can't get over how much of a douchebag this guy looks like. Kyle Shanahan, just wow.
He
Houston
does,
versus
low-key.
Tennessee. Pretty nondescript game. Texans gained control
Yeah,
early and would
basically
not
C.J.
let
Stroud
go.
drops
Unsurprisingly,
his
now
balls on
C.J.
them.
Stroud had
Am I
another great
supposed to
game
care?
in what is
He
one of the
drops
greatest
the- he
rookie
drops
seasons
his
of all time
balls
by a quarterback.
on
His
Tennessee's
counterpart,
defense.
fellow rookie Will Levis,
Damn.
was not
Bro got
as
clotheslined.
fortunate
Got him killed.
as he got hit in
Bro
a
got
sack
fucking
and he hurt his
clotheslined.
foot, and there was a super sad cart ambulance, whatever the fuck it is. They just took him off the field. I mean, it's 2024 now, literally, and there's no better way to take injured players off the field
Than a
than
cart.
with these motorized carts. It's pretty fucking pathetic. But anyway, he fumbled it, and the Texans picked it up to go up by 17, and so they had to
Bruh.
put Ryan Tannehill back in, and Tannehill fucking blows. And it was 20-0, and
Tannehill
then the
sucks.
Titans
He's always
finally
been
got on the board
scorer.
just for halftime with a
He's
field
good
goal.
for, like,
This is
2
where the game
seasons.
ended
Yeah.
right here, 23-3, fourth and goal. Tannehill decides to play
That's some
dodgeball,
Bill
and it
Walton
gets.
bullshit.
You
Play
would have won if it was
dodgeball, yeah.
dodgeball, but guess what? It's not dodgeball. Really, just
Could've
guys
just
just
picked
doing
it
some
off. Why did he do all
hanky-panky the
that?
rest of the way.
He
Texans
plays
hit one
defense
more
for a
field goal
reason.
just for
He
good
can't
measure
catch.
to make the final score 26-3.
Does
Texans
everything else
have
well, but
obviously
can't
been
catch.
one of the
So
most
gritty into the
unexpectedly
ball.
good teams. I can't believe they could clinch the playoffs with a win next week. Bills versus Belichick. Hey, the game started off great for the Patriots. They returned
Bills
the
versus
opening
Belichick.
kickoff for a touchdown. Jalen
pretty
Reagor,
much.
how about that? Wow, I'm so happy the Eagles picked him over Justin Jefferson. Anyway, then this game went completely into the shitter for the Patriots quickly. Bailey
Shout out Josh
Zapp
Allen
threw
for
like
letting
3
a sucky
terrible
team back into the
interceptions
game.
almost
Right.
simultaneously, which
Bills,
set up
they were my
Buffalo
pick
with
to
great
win
field
the Super
position.
Bowl
Mac
this year.
Jones is just
There's no
dismayed.
way,
He would have
bro.
thrown
I mean,
a
they're
better
gonna make the
interception than
playoffs.
that. Everybody's doing the tush push.
No,
Nobody
for sure,
complains
but
when the
they're not
Bills do
winning.
the tush push, but when the Eagles do it, oh, it's a fucking
No, they
felony.
could.
Here's another fumble that the
It
Bills
depends
just
on what Bills team you get that week.
field goal to go up
They pick and choose when
13-7.
they
Then
wanna
there
do
was
it.
the backbreaker where Zapp
Clippers
threw a
type shit.
pick 6, put Buffalo up
2020
20-7
Clippers.
early in the second quarter.
I'm basically like I consider them the Cowboys East because they're really good, but they lose a game. You're like, how did you lose?
How
that
did you
game?
lose that? Yeah.
Patriots
Didn't they lose
would
to the
not
Giants
go
earlier
away
in the
though.
year?
Zappy in
Or
channel
did they just
the
fuck up my
ghost
parlay?
of Tom
Was that-
Brady
was that
with this
the situation?
No, they didn't lose, but they almost did.
But they threw off my parlay.
Yeah,
incredible screen pass, which gained a
one
bunch
time
of
I bet.
yards. And
bro,
then
they lost to the Broncos. Come on.
he capped off the drive
so glad
with
they're gonna miss
the
the playoffs.
historically deceptively athletic touchdown run.
Whole ass
People
ponies.
were floored. Josh Allen showing off his arm strength with this terrible interception. Remember the days when the Patriots had Gostkowski and Vinatieri and everything was basically guaranteed? Yeah,
Nope.
well, those days are gone, pal, because there was a missed
Oh
field goal.
my.
You knew that eventually the Bills would break through, and they did, going up by 13.
Remember
But
when the
again,
Patriots won the fucking
Zappy
Super
would
Bowl
not let
every
the
year?
Patriots die. No offense to Mel Gibson. Ezekiel Elliott, remember
Every
him?
year.
He scored a touchdown to make it a 6-point game early in the fourth,
Zeke.
and the Patriots even had the ball with a chance to potentially win the
That-
game,
that's right.
and they threw it 4 yards short of the sticks on
Damn.
third
No, my
down,
God.
and that was the last they ever got it as the Bills eventually ran out the clock, and super sexy
Oh,
beanie Bill Belichick is one game away from becoming the next Chargers head coach and probably GM. New
He
Orleans
should-
versus
damn.
Tampa Bay. The
He
worst
should
division of football
coach for them.
continues to somehow get even worse.
This
but
shit
on
is
this day, it
egregious.
was Derek Carr and
Yeah,
the
can we
Saints
stop
who
giving
would
Baker
emerge
Mayfield
as the
credit, bro?
victors, as Baker Mayfield
Bro, he sucks to me.
He's
did
so-
nothing
bro.
right for about 3 quarters.
I had
the
this homie that
would
I work
take
with,
a
bro.
monstrous
He's a Bucks
lead,
fan.
17
He
nothing
stayed
into
defending Baker
halftime.
Mayfield.
Turnover
He
for
loves,
Tampa
like,
continued
blaming
into
Todd
the second
Bowles, bro.
half.
He's
Saints made it a
played pretty
20
well this
nothing
month.
game.
I'll
Baker
give him
threw
credit.
a terrible.
The
I
month
don't
of
even know
December,
what
he
the hell
played
you
pretty
describe
well
that
up
interception. It
until
was
then.
terrible. It wasn't until midway through the final stanza that Baker finally got his head on straight and threw a touchdown to make it 20-7. But the Saints would
But I would love for the Cowboys to see that team. You don't know how much I would love that.
to destroy the Bucks.
Expand that back
Oh,
up to
yeah.
16. This is the type of day it was. Baker makes this great deep throw to a guy, and he has the catch, and he ends up
let
fumbling
it-
like a doofus.
Dumbass.
He
And,
fumbled.
and the Saints recovered. So the Saints defense did
Whoa, whoa,
nothing,
whoa,
and they
whoa.
got rewarded. Mayfield kept
Whoa, whoa,
firing,
whoa,
though. He
whoa,
found
whoa,
Godwin for a
whoa.
touchdown to
Bro
make it
slipped
a
on the
10-point
banana
game.
peel.
Originally, the 2-point conversion appeared to make it an 8-point game, but Godwin stepped out of bounds. He went
What?
to the white
Wait,
line,
go back,
which
go
is
back,
what
go back,
got
go back,
Len
go back.
Bias in trouble.
I think
Game,
they
but
got that
Godwin
wrong. They got
stepped
that
out
wrong.
of bounds. He went to the white. The 2-point conversion appeared to make it an 8-point game.
No, he stepped out of bounds when he was running the route. So
Ah,
it's illegal.
But
It's
Godwin
illegal
gotcha.
stepped
touching.
out of
Yeah.
bounds. He went to the white line, which is what got Len Bias in trouble, folks. Don't forget that. They redid the 2-point conversion, and it did not work out as well. The second time, solidifying the
Pause it.
Saints' 10-point.
Limb bias slander is crazy.
That's so fucked up. Oh my god, yo.
That's crazy.
If you know, you know. Rest in peace, Len Bias.
Limb bias slander is crazy.
That's such a random.
Come
That's
come
such
on.
a random
Come
pull.
on, come on, come
Barry,
on,
Barry, come on,
man.
dog.
Come on, man.
Win and basically leaving the
That's
division up
terrible.
for grabs in the final week of the
That's
season.
terrible.
Jacksonville Jaguars versus Carolina.
Barry, we're
One of the
your
more
Seagulls.
boring games of the weekend. Trevor Lawrence didn't play, and you couldn't even tell the difference because the Jaguars destroyed Bryce Young, which isn't very, very rare because he's had one good game in like 15 or 16 starts this year, getting sacked all the time. There really was.
I like how
fucking
they're
terrible.
blaming him. You see that blocking?
Good
Yeah.
game in like 15
What is he supposed to do? Like, it's magic.
Make shit
15 or
happen, bro.
16 starts this year, getting sacked all the
Witchcraft,
time.
That's what they want.
There really
Pretty
was
much.
very minimal exciting plays in this game outside of one or two. The Jaguars
You
went
see
up
the Panthers owner was pouring drinks on fans,
What the
9 to
fuck?
nothing,
Yeah.
and then Travis
Why?
Etienne broke off the.
probably talking stuff.
Ah, I mean,
And-
they
and-
deserve
and-
it. They
and-
suck.
And he's rich,
But they suck.
Touchdown
so he's
run
gonna
to go
get
up
away with it.
16 to
Don't they
nothing.
have the-
and we
don't
knew
they
that
have the
was
worst
when
record in the
Etienne
league?
broke off the best
Yeah.
play of the game.
2 and
was Wall-
13. It's fucking awful.
So look, I don't like. He finally gets some time.
touchdown run to go up 16 to
You're not gonna try for the ball, not a little bit.
Bro just looked at it and just.
nothing, and we knew that was
Froze
way
himself
more
in
than
that.
enough points that they needed against Bryce Young, who once again
Again,
was terrible. Did I say that?
Oh
went
my
through his hands. What do you
God.
want him to
way
do?
More than enough points that they
Come
needed
on,
against Bryce Young,
bro.
who once again was
That's a good throw. That's catchable.
That is very
terrible. Did I
catchable.
say that?
He said,
Come on, bro. Even if you can't
Anyway,
catch
it
it,
was
swat
26
it,
to
bro.
nothing, and then Bryce Young on
Yeah,
the
niggas
Panthers
behind you
last
ready to
threw
catch
an
that bitch.
interception to make his stats even worse. Very obvious at this point that Bryce Young is a draft bust, regardless of what
Score.
anybody
He's
says.
not a draft
Meeting
bust.
of the visors. Yes, hello. Indianapolis
That was a
versus
good pass,
Las
though.
Vegas.
That's
The
not
game
his
began with a Jonathan Taylor touchdown run to put the Colts up by 7, but the Raiders hung in there. No offense to Aaron Hernandez, making it 7-3. There was a
Oh
bit of a
my
lull
God.
in the
What's up
action
with Barry
before the
today,
Colts
yo?
struck again
His
on a
shingles
deep
lost.
touchdown pass from Gardner Minshew, go up by double
Poor guy.
digits. And from that point on, the rest of the game, the Raiders were working uphill. Devontae Adams got in the end zone once again. He's obviously a Hall of Famer and way more deserving than Devin Hester, who should not make the Hall of Fame at all. The Colts would make it a 7-point game,
Such
but
a
the
weird-
Raiders could not answer that.
Like
Then
Devin
they made it a
Hester
10-point
slander's
game to
crazy.
go up by 2 scores. The Raiders respond with a field goal of their own to make it a one-possession game again, but they were never able to get the ball with one possession in the fourth quarter as the
Damn.
Colts added another field goal to go up 10. But they wouldn't go away lightly as Adams had a spectacular touchdown
Wonderful
catch his
catch.
second of the day to make it a 3-point game. The onside
get him
kick,
some
it almost worked, but it didn't. Colts hung on to win
They got
a
something
pretty
called
exciting
Aiden
game, very
O'Connell.
overlooked game, but very exciting. Rams versus New Jersey. The Rams struck first with a touchdown run to
Ram
go up
Ranch
7-0. But
versus
Tyrod
the
Taylor
Giants.
You call them New
responded
Jersey?
with
I
a
mean, that's
touchdown drive for the
literally where they
Giants.
play.
Yeah, the
Matthew
Vagiants.
Stafford couldn't help himself with another terrible interception. That's just who he is. Giants went for it, but they fumbled the snap on 4th and 1 at midfield because they're the Giants. This helped the Rams go up by 7 on a Stafford touchdown pass to Cooper Kupp, 1950s Middle America approved.
Let it go,
Aggressive
dog.
Tyrod throwing an interception. Bills fans aren't used to seeing that. But it didn't matter because the Rams gave the ball right back.
Yeah, I
The
don't
Giants
like
went in
Tyrod Taylor
halftime
either, bro.
down by 4, and
Bro
that was
threw off my
quickly
purpose.
expanded to 10 after Puke
decided
Nukem
to
had
be
an
good
incredible
for
run
one
after
game.
the catch,
The
which was
one
capped
game
off by a
before the
touchdown
football
run. A missed extra point, though. Then Tyrod had one of the greatest throws I've ever seen, unironically, to make it a 3-point game.
Oh my
Oh, wait,
God.
no,
Oh
not
my
a 3-point game, a 4-point game because the Giants missed the extra point. More on that later. Stafford would throw a second interception because that's just who he is. The Giants kicked a field goal to make it a 1-point game early in the 4th. Stafford then rebounded with a couple nice throws because, again, that's just who he is. Before the Rams would then break off another touchdown
Oh,
run to
damn.
go up by 8. No, actually only 7 because they missed the 2-point conversion. 4th and 1,
Why
you
would
better
they-
throw it a yard short of the stick. That's the top.
Hey, say what you want about a bad call. It was a good call, but why did he go for 2-3 times? He didn't want to win either.
It was
Irod that Buffalo Bills fans are familiar with. But it didn't amount to anything, as the teams just continued to exchange punts, until finally, one of Bill Belichick's Wes Welker clones, Gunnar Olszewski, had an incredible punt return. He belongs in the Hall of Fame now, obviously, because Devin Hester's a Hall of Famer, so is this guy. To make it a 26-25 game, being 5-10, the Giants had nothing to lose, so they went for 2, and
is he drunk?
It did not go well. Yeah, great job,
That's why he
assholes.
runs
But
the
still,
ball.
they would get
He
another
probably blamed that on Tyrod.
chance to win the game at the very end. 34
Mason
seconds
crossbar.
left. 54-yard
Shit.
attempt.
Mason
crossbar.
Mason
Mason
Crosby, Packers
crossbar.
legend, and he whiffed it. I can't tell you how weird it is to see him in a Giants uniform wearing Tiki Barber's number. Chicago versus Atlanta. The game had a bad pattern
Snowball.
to start for the Falcons. There was a missed field goal, and then a Bears touchdown, and then another missed field goal, and then another Bears touchdown to quickly put Chicago up 14-0 early. I
Could've
think
swore
I
the Bears had
found
a
my
worse
Tom
record
Brady
than that.
check down of the week award
No,
winner.
people
Wow,
just
what
like
a
slandering
touchdown
Justin
throw to
Fields
make it
for no reason.
14-7.
I don't
But Justin
slander him, I
Fields
slander
was
his team.
unsurprisingly good against this terrible Atlanta
when he
defense,
gets to,
getting the
I hope he
Bears
goes
once
to
again on
Atlanta,
top,
because Atlanta would be a
21-7.
really good
Taylor
team with him.
Heineke was not as good, throwing 4
Instead of
interceptions
Taylor
on the day.
Heineke.
Teams exchanged some field goals in the third quarter. Heineke
other
threw
guy.
another
Teams
terrible
just behind
interception, which helped Chicago make it a 3-possession game late
Taylor
in the
Heineke
third. But
because he was
Heineke
drunk.
would have another historically deceptive, sneaky, more athletic than you would think quarterback
he's
touchdown
drunk.
run to make it a 10-point game with 12 minutes
Does
left. And he did
alcohol
get the
running?
ball back with a chance to make it a
Yeah.
really competitive game, and it amounted to jack shit. The Bears kicked the field goal to make it a 13-point game with 5 minutes left, and then Heineke started throwing interceptions like they were going out of style. The Falcons never scored again, but the Bears did with a touchdown run, and Heineke finished with
Yep,
his
drunk.
4th and final interception. A
4
20-point
interceptions.
Bears win. Matt
He's a good
Eberflus
quarterback,
looks
though.
like the husband who gets cheated on in every Ben Affleck movie. Baltimore versus Miami. Unbelievably classy
Yo.
gesture by the Ravens organization
Dolphins
to
bet them
Ray Rice
celebrate
is
Ray
crazy.
Rice,
Oh,
one of the greatest rim
my-
respecters of all time.
Bro, he's a big hitter. Come on.
Before the game, they're legends of the game, and obviously the Ravens team was extremely motivated by Ray Rice's integrity and character, which is why they put up 56 fucking points in this blowout.
That's so crazy to me.
Bro, he said.
Can we just give Lamar the trophy
They
now?
said they about to drop the Dolphins like an elevator.
When Lamar Jackson sealed the MVP with this performance,
Yeah,
although
to be
early on it
honest.
was a bit competitive. Basically, the Ravens
was, bro, and
shat
then I look back
all
and
over
nope.
the Dolphins. And oh, look, when you talk about shitting, there's Odell Beckham making an appearance.
God
Wow, that's
damn.
not a
Playing
coincidence.
for
at
the
all.
round-
It was
wrong
14-13,
Browns.
and then the Ravens really just whipped
They
their
just
dick on the Dolphins' faces. And
ran it
was
up.
very, very brutal. Dolphins were being massacred so
Man.
badly, I thought this was in Japan. Unbelievable one-handed snag for a
Sushi.
touchdown. Great play. Lamar Jackson, perfect passer rating, 5 touchdown passes. Just about as good of a day offensively as you
Yeah,
can
I
have.
mean-
I still think he'll be
Mars
one of
walked
the
in.
weaker MVP winners.
MVP.
Yeah, let's go ahead and give him the
recent
trophy
memory,
now.
But I don't have a
MVP.
problem with him winning. He's kind of like the NFL version of Joel Embiid. He's a guy that has an all-time great regular season resume, win-loss percentage, all those stats and all that shit, but he has to show in the playoffs that he can do it. He's one deep playoff run from
cooking.
really entering some serious convos in the all-time quarterback
Let him
list.
go to the Super Bowl.
Anyway,
Hey,
you can
Joel
see
ain't
Dolphins
been nowhere near that.
just continually crap their pants. Even Tyler Huntley was dropping dick on the Dolphins with a touchdown
Okay,
pass. John
like-
Harbaugh. Did you sleep with my daughter? Did you? Arizona Philly, the game you guys have all
What
been
is he
waiting
on?
Yeah,
for.
there we
Uh-oh.
go.
The game started out great. Jalen Hurts found Julio Jones for a touchdown to
Julio,
put the
get
Eagles
the
up 7-3. Then Kyler Murray threw a pick 6, and we went up 14-3 early in the second.
Y'all
This
blew
is
it.
going to be a great day. I
I
can
was
already
like, I
tell.
was
Yeah,
excited.
field
I'm
goal,
like, yeah.
whatever. Who cares? Halfback pass. Wow, everything is clicking. Jalen Hurts throws another
Ooh.
touchdown to Julio. We're up 15
Julio,
at halftime. This
get
is
the
going to be an
stretch.
easy
There
blowout
goes
win.
to
It's a
Julio
great day, I
Jones.
can already tell. But, well, I am a little bit concerned. They're
Dropped
moving
his
the ball here.
ass.
They scored a touchdown. Well, that's an 8-point game.
I didn't watch
Plenty
this
of
game.
time.
I just
Here's
looked at the
Jalen's
score.
throwing
Oh
deep.
my
That should be
God.
Yeah.
I was watching the
He
score,
dropped it.
bro.
Oh, that's okay. What's this? Oh, he's not going to catch that. Oh, shit, he did. Well, okay. Well, a little bit too close for comfort now, especially after they tied the game, but that's okay. Jalen
This shouldn't
Hurts
have
and
even
his
been a-
offense,
this should have
when
been a
we get running,
massacre.
We're still really good. We score another
Oh my
touchdown here.
God.
We go back up by 7 early in the fourth. There's no way they're going to respond with another touchdown, is there? Well, I guess there is. Never underestimate Matt
What the
Patricia's
fuck?
shittiness. They tied it at 28, but that's okay,
Oh,
because
there we
guess
go.
what? We got Jalen Hurts, and we got great field position from an onside kick that they tried, but we could only get a field goal out of it. Okay, so now I'm officially worried. But guess what? I have faith in my
But
defense
nope.
that we're going to get a stop. And, yeah, well, that's not good. And then that's not good either. What the fuck is going on here, guys? And then what the fuck? Like, seriously, learn how to tackle, you fucking assholes. You got, he's at the fucking 5-yard line. Jesus Christ.
No,
my
this This is
God,
terrible.
Go-ahead touchdown.
Touchdown!
with 33
Y'all
seconds left.
blew
Well,
it.
At least this Hail Mary actually made
Oh my
it to the end zone,
God.
unlike the Super Bowl last year. I made a video on it already, and I'll say it again. I'm not giving up hope as an Eagles fan despite this horrific loss. The Eagles are 11-5, as you can see in the screenshot. There have been plenty of teams in recent
Fly,
history
Eagles,
with
fly,
as
Club
bad
Steelers.
or worse records that won the Super Bowl. Until my Eagles get eliminated, I will be a dedicated fan because I have integrity. Steelers versus Seahawks, Super Bowl 40 rematch, baby. Steelers began with a rushing touchdown,
we
but
lost
Geno
again.
Smith, who has an
Hey,
insane highlight reel,
you
would lead the
realize since
Seahawks
y'all
right
lost
back on another touchdown drive to tie it up
We
to
knew that.
7.
Steelers,
But it would slow
Denver got
down a
eliminated.
teensy-weensy bit
Yeah.
as the
Y'all helped
Steelers
us
take
out.
field goal. For the Seahawks took a
Oh,
lead
my
on another
sanity, yo.
great touchdown throw by Geno to go up
I can make fun
14-10.
of
But
Boober
the
Street.
Steelers, knowing about Mike Tomlin's
He's the one that said they're
non-losing
gonna make the
season
conference
streak,
championship.
would not be denied as Najee
Wonderful.
Harris had an actual impressive touchdown
man.
run for once. Wow. The game would end up being tied early in the third at 17, which is the age of consent in most states.
Okay.
Unbelievably tight throw here by Rudolph. Just unbelievable.
Barry's
Set
on
up
crack.
another rushing touchdown for the Steelers, put them up 7.
Barry is on
Seahawks
crack.
He's
cut
acting
that to
real
4
giddy
with
about
field
that,
goal.
man.
George Pickens made this ridiculous superhuman catch, unbelievable, but they could only get a field goal out of it to make it a 7-point game. Would the Seahawks tie the game? No. Geno Smith would fumble, setting up another short field and another field goal for the Steelers to make it a 10-point game. Seahawks kicked a field goal of their own to make it a one-possession game again, but they never got the ball back as the Steelers ran out clock and Najee Harris. Fantasy owners are just beside themselves
Why-
after
why'd
that
he
final
sl-
run.
why'd he
Props
do
to
that?
Pete
He
Carroll
slid to run the clock out so they could win the game.
for showing
so
up
petty.
to work despite the false flag the day before between the Lions and the Cowboys. We all know Pete Carroll's into false flags. Google it. Broncos versus Chargers, the most boring game of the week, and the benching
I'm
of
sure.
Russell Wilson, who was so excited he showed everybody what he likes to do in the shower. It was a game of field goals. There was one
Oh my
touchdown
God.
scored in this fucking terrible game, and it was this one that put the Denver Broncos up by 10. Easton Stick, the baseball bat guy, never came close. Not
Something
even the
called
missed
Easton
field goal
Stick
by the
versus something
Broncos
called
before
Jarrett
halftime.
Stidham.
The Chargers would cut it to 7 with a field
Stick
goal midway
versus
through the
Stick.
third, and they would even get the ball back down 7 early in the fourth, but they fumbled because they suck. And then the Broncos would kick a field goal, go up by 10. But not so fast, my friends. The Chargers would respond with, well, a missed field goal. 5 minutes later, they finally got the field goal, but those 5 minutes were too much. The onside kick almost worked, though. It almost worked. Hey, does anybody have any pills? Kansas City
This
versus
guy.
Cincy. It was spooky hours early on for the Chiefs as the Bengals
They almost
scored on each of their first 3 possessions, helped out by a Mahomes
Bro,
lost
can we talk
fumble as
about the
well.
downfall
Put them
of
up
Kansas City?
17-7
Downfall,
midway
they about to
through
make
the
the
second
playoffs.
quarter.
They-
But the
they
Chiefs
do not
would
look
like a
eventually
Super
get
Bowl
their
winning
groove
team.
back like Stella,
They've taken
and the rest
some
of
losses.
the game
I'm
was
like,
Hey,
good.
bro,
nah,
hey.
bro.
Hey, they're the one team. I'm like, nobody wants to see them in the playoffs.
Nah, but I don't know. The momentum ain't the same, bro. For a
Fully
team that
enough.
just won the Super Bowl last year,
Mo-
it's not Rams.
Momentum don't make sense in that because they still is number 15 playing. Is number 87 playing? They're good. They're gonna be just fine.
Thing but Harrison Butker field goals.
Maybe
Conference
they
championship?
maybe they don't make a Super Bowl.
I don't
but
think so.
Conference championship. Who do they play? Like they play the Bills, Dolphins. I feel like they could beat both
Spank.
those teams.
Actually, no. They smacked the Bills. I don't know about the Dolphins.
No, they lost to the Bills. They beat the Dolphins though.
I don't know, man.
Yeah.
6 of
Again,
them.
it
Team moment of the
depends
game
on
came
if the
midway
Bills
through the
choose to
third,
be a
up
good team.
for the Bengals
what
could not
Bills
convert a
team are you
4th and 1
playing?
deep in Chiefs territory. You'll never guess how the drive ended for the Chiefs. It ended in a field goal to make it a 1-point game. Another duck by Browning led to another long pass by Mahomes, which led to another field goal to go up by 2. Another duck by Browning led to another field goal to put
Bruh.
the Chiefs up by 5. Another lost drive
Field
for the
goal
Bengals
merchant.
led to another field goal to put the Chiefs up by 8. You get the gist by now. On the final drive, Browning actually converted a 4th and 18. Some nice throws, but he was really never any chance of this guy leading the comeback win. 4th and 27, his final prayer was not answered, and the
Damn.
Chiefs win their division
4th
again,
and
so they'll
27
have a
is
home
crazy.
playoff game, at least one. Who knows what'll happen after that, though. Green Bay versus Minnesota. If Jordan Love ends up becoming yet another Hall of Fame quarterback, this is going to be one of the games people look back on and say, this is when we knew he could be legit, because this is one of the best games of his career in a blowout
Minnesota,
win versus the rival Vikings on
didn't
national
see this game at
television.
all.
Although it didn't hurt that the Vikings were playing Gerron Hall, who was complete dog shit. Love
Like,
had an
is
amazing
that me?
touchdown
Who?
run, which put
Is
the
that
Packers
me?
up by
Who?
14.
They're playing
Hall
me.
did a Nick Mullins impersonation, just throwing it
Shit,
nowhere,
they're
and
playing
then just for
They're
halftime,
playing
he
me at
got strip
quarterback.
sacked, which led to another Packers touchdown to put the Packers up 20, and it would only get worse as the Vikings
They
could not
backs up.
capitalize on a deep drive. Love expanded that lead to 27 with another touchdown pass. The only Viking touchdown of the night came thanks to a muff punt by Green
Damn.
Bay and a touchdown from Cumtown Nick Mullins to make it 30
What
to 10.
town?
Packers would add a field goal though to make it 33 to 10, which would be the final score. And we see a little roughhousing here, a little roughhousing after the game between two guys, probably talking about premarital sex or marijuana or something like that.
Hey,
I
yo,
don't know.
why-
Either
why?
way,
'Cause they
I'm
black?
just glad that nobody was hurt. Now it's time for the Week 17 Barry Awards.
Yeah, I mean-
Offensive Player of the Week was easy.
Yeah,
Lamar
it's the reserves of the
Jackson
week.
had one of the greatest statistical performances any quarterback's ever had.
For
5
sure.
touchdown passes, perfect passer rating, only 3 incompletions if I recall. Just
That's so
easy
crazy.
choice. Defensive Player of the Week was a little bit tougher, but I went with Josh
Shout out
Allen
Josh
from
Allen
the
in
Jaguars.
Jacksonville.
3 sacks in a shutout win over Booster Seat Bryce. Biggest loser
That's
of the
so
week,
crazy.
fortunately, is my Eagles again.
Again.
They had an opportunity to wrap up the NFC East or at least put a stranglehold on it. This
I know.
late season collapse by them
Shout
has
out to
just
your
been
Seagulls.
terrible. But I am not losing hope yet, although I will admit that I did think we would
Go
not be 11 and
Nerds.
5.
Go
We might not
Nerds.
even win the division anymore and might have to be the 5 seed and win 3 playoff games on the road as opposed to being a 2 seed.
Yeah, I ain't winning them playoff games.
Nah.
But look, this is the thing, bro. They gotta play San Francisco.
I hate them, but
They gonna lose to the 69ers.
yep. I hate them Niners as a Seahawks fan.
How about them Cowboys?
Y'all haven't won a ring in I don't know how
Hey, what about this year though?
28
What
years.
about this year?
No,
What about this year?
no. You're not gonna, bro.
Hey, listen.
You're not gonna, bro.
Hey, listen, bro. I'm not one of them irritating. Like,
You're not.
But-
You're not.
I'm just saying, like,
Y'all not winning
we
shit.
do not deserve this much slander. Eagles fans are way worse.
But they throw batteries at Someone told me that was a rumor. That wasn't real. I'm like, bro,
It's real.
I believe it. Y'all
Yeah.
Philly fans are straight.
I'm-
Bro, they
I'm
boo
saying-
their own players.
I'm saying last Sunday I had to call some of my friends in Philly.
Yeah.
I'm like, hide from your husband. He's coming home. He's gonna beat you. You gotta get out. of there.
Damn. Nah, Philly fans are different. They boo their own people. Look what happened to Ben Simmons.
The Philadelphia sports fans are so amazing.
They ruined everything, bro. Shit's
Just
asinine.
Shout out Philly. Yeah, that'll wrap that up for us. We love y'all.
Watch football. Enjoy football.
Last week it was the regular season.
Yep.
And then playoffs.
Playoffs. We'll be here to cover that shit too.
Well, Cowboys.
Go Seahawks if y'all can even get there. But shit, like, comment, share, subscribe. Shout out to Barry for the video.
Shout out Barry.
Shout out to y'all for watching.
Shout out y'all.
Peace.